and welcome to Maths Revision Part 1, Section 3. Today's topic is perimeter and area of compound shapes. Compound shapes means two shapes put together, since compound means two put together, such as compound words and compound shapes. So here, as you might see, we have two rectangles and squares put together like here, and that creates a compound shape. So we'll be learning how to work out the perimeter and area of these particular shapes, and I hope this tutorial helps you. And let's start with the first example. To start off, we're going to work out the perimeter first. The perimeter is the measurement, how many centimeters, since we're using centimeters, how many centimeters this side all around the edges just down here. So first of all, let's start with this edge. Let's go across there, 10 centimeters. So let's write that here, 10. Then we go around. Now we come to 8 centimeters. You can do like I'm doing with a pencil. You can mark around the edges lightly so you can see where you've gone, or you might accidentally go over the same one again, and which would give you an incorrect answer. So 10, now we've got 8 plus 8 gives us 18. Now carry on going round, 6 centimeters. Let's add 6. Would give us an answer of 24. Let's write here, we have a bit more space there. Then we carry on going round, 5 would give us 29. And we carry on going round, add 4 would give us 33. And the final one, 13 centimeters, this long one down there, add 13 will give us our final answer, 6 and 4, 46. So let's write that down here, 46. So again, let me double check, 10, 18, then add 6 to 18 will give us 24. Then again add 5, 29, add 4, 33, add 13, 46. It's always better to check just in case if you might have missed one. And also here we know where to stop since we've drawn a line around. So now let's work out the area now. So we'll get rid of this for now. Now, since this is a compound shape, to work out the area, it's better to work out the area of each individual shape. So you might be able to see down here, it's usually clear enough where the two shapes are. So there's one shape, and then the second shape is this big rectangle around here. So what we got to do is we got to find the best measurements and try and work out the area of each one. So in here, in my examples, we've got two examples. In my examples, I actually don't have any measurements missing. I've kept all the measurements here, but sometimes they might not give the measurements. So say we like get rid of this, we'll get rid of this and just pretend for now that we don't know what this is. They might keep that and then they'll ask us to work out the perimeter, and then you might stumble across it and go like, oh, what do I do now? There's no measurement. So here we have 13 centimeters, and here we have 8 centimeters. So 13 centimeters, let's draw a mini example. We have a large compound shape just over here. Blue is going to be 18 centimeters. It's the whole shape's bottom and the whole shape's top too, since they're parallel, they're next to each other, they have to be the same. And green will be where 8 centimeters is. So 8 centimeters isn't the full thing. There's this little gap which I'll mark in black. There's this gap just down here, and we have to work out what that gap is in order to find out this, because this is the gap and that's going to be the same length as this too. So we have to work out how much that black gap is measured, what is the measurement of that black gap. So to work that out, you might have recognized this is 13. All we have to do is take away 8, 13 take away 8 to find out what's the missing gap here, to find it out, which will let us find out what this crossed out number is. So 13 take away 8 would give us an answer of 5. 5, and then we have to put it here, 5 centimeters. And now this is to measurement, it's not to scale, but the measurements are correct. This is all 10 centimeters, and this is 4 and 6 add up to make 10 equal. So I've tried to be as accurate as possible. So when we get 5, we should have 5 over here, since I've tried to make it as accurate as possible. So when we do it, 13 take away 8, it will equal 5. So I explained it quite in detail, so it was a bit slowly. So hopefully you understood why we do that and how to work it out. So let's carry on going to work out the area, how to work out the area. Let's carry on with that. So again, as I was saying, we have to work out the area of each individual one. So shape 1 is the small one. Shape 1 is a small one. So we'll work out that first. You should know that to work out the area of a square or rectangle or a 2D shape, we have to times the top one, or like the width, by the length. So in this case it will be 5 times 4, which would give us 20 centimeters squared. Don't forget to write that squared if you're timesing the area for 2D shapes. If it's 3D, it will be cubed for the volume, but we'll go over that in another lesson. For now, we're working out the area, so we have to remember to put squared. So let's replace this with our 20 centimeters squared, which is our answer. So we've worked out the area of shape 1. Now we have to work out the area of shape 2 and add them together. Shape 2. Again, we have 10 by 8, 10 times 8, times them together will give us 18 centimeters. 18 centimeters to add them together, sorry. Got my calculations a bit wrong there. To times it we get 80, not 18, if we add them together, but we have to times them. Thought we were adding them. 80 centimeters. 80 centimeters is our answer for shape 2. Now all we do, we add them together, and that will give us 100 centimeters. This time we're adding, not timesing. So add them together gives us an answer of 100 centimeters squared. Oh, forgot the squared. Make sure to remember to put the squared 100 centimeters squared. So that was the first example done. We still have one more, and we'll have a look at that example. So let's move to the second one. Also, you can note down how to work it out. The answers are on the side. Now let's move on to the next example. We have all these measurements. We have 14 meters. So this time we actually have meters. So 14 meters. There's 10 meters. Another 10, 4, and 4 again, and 6. So 14, I know I've kept it down here, but it's 14's for the whole length. So again, let's work out the perimeter. You can work out the perimeter on your own. You can pause it now if you want to try and work it out on your own. Hopefully you understood it from the first example, how to work out the perimeter. You can have a go, and in 5 seconds I'll start explaining and going through. You can pause the video now if you want to work it out yourself. Okay, so hopefully you had a go at that. If you're still struggling, I'll help you explain. Perimeter is slightly less tricky. Area's the more trickier one, but overall they're not that too hard to understand. 14 meters, and then we go round. 6 meters, add it together. 4 meters, then add another 4. Then add another 10. Let's move it slightly. Might need a bit more space for this. So 38. Then we add another 10 again. Whoops, it's a bit of a wonky line. There. 10 meters again. Let's move it down here. 38. Add another 10 would give us 48. So 48. I think the first one was 48 too in the first example. Oh no, it's 46. Alright, my mistake. 48 centimeters is the perimeter. 48. Now, area is, we have to split the shape again. Same process. So we have shape A, or 1, the first shape, and the second shape here. So let's work out the smaller one again first. 6 times 4 is 24. Also, you can try and work it out yourself too. I've already started it, got a bit too ahead. You can try it out yourself, but if you still need more practice, you can follow along with me. 24 meters squared. Don't forget the squared. And again, 10 by 10. Remember that this 14 is for the whole length. So we'll have to use these two. 10 times 10 gives us 100 meters. There. And now all we do, add them together. 124 would be our area. There. That's the last example solved. I hope this tutorial helped you, and now that you fully understand how to work out the perimeter and area of compound shapes, now there's section 4 and 5 left of maths revision part 1. Section 4 will be about volume, as I did say during the video. It will be about how to work out the volume of cuboids and cubes. So that will be section 4 for the next lesson, and I'll see you there. Bye.